Have you ever heard the term that bigger is better? Well, I know as for me, the verdict is still out on that one. If you are someone who has a large penis, or you've been with someone who has a large penis, you understand that it can be a gift and a curse at the same time. So, in today's video, I am going to provide you with 3 ways to maximize your enjoyment with a well endowed penis. So, it's for the men and the ladies. It's tips for both of you in this one. So be sure to stick around if you want to learn 3 ways to maximize the size that you are working with if you do have a well endowed penis. So, for those who are seeing me for the first time, my name is Sherelle Thomas. I am a love and intimacy coach. I work with both men and women, helping them create a more fulfilling and satisfying love life. I teach them how to do this by helping them build a deeper connection with their partner, as well as teaching mind-blowing sexual techniques that will leave both them and their partner satisfied yet yearning for more. So feel free, if you find this information valuable, make sure you smash that like button. Feel free to leave a comment below, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I will be here every Friday just dropping you tips and tricks and knowledge in regards to having a healthier, more fulfilling, and satisfying love life. So in today's video, as I mentioned before, I am here to share with you 3 ways to maximize your enjoyment with a well-endowed penis. So first of all, what is well-endowed? What does that mean? The average penis size is 5.17 inches when it's erect. So anything above that, it would be above average, but well-endowed would be 7 or more, 7 inches or more. Of course, the number of men who have been blessed with this size is a smaller percentage. Of course, I mentioned already that on average is 5.17 inches, but for those who are well endowed, it's 7 and above. Now, the average vaginal canal can range between 3 to 6 inches. So you see already that there's a difference. So especially if it's a smaller vaginal canal, if you're working with somebody who has 7 inches or more, it's like, where is all of that going to go? So I'm here to share with you 3 ways that you can maximize your enjoyment with a well-endowed penis. Step number 1 is indulging in a lot of foreplay. Like, it's a win-win. Why not? I know with men, you guys can just get erect and then you're ready to go. But with the woman's body, we need a little bit more than that. We need to take the time to warm up. And it's a win for you as well, because especially if you're well endowed, you want more space so that you can go deeper, so that you can have a better time. So take your time and have lots of foreplay. Think of it like a car, like a vehicle. In the wintertime, I live in the Chicagoland area, so it gets really cold in the wintertime. Now, if I was to just go hop in my car when it's like 15 degrees outside and I would try to go, what will happen? As I'm driving, the car would be riding rough. It won't be a smooth ride. Why? Because I didn't take the time to warm up a vehicle. Now, if I start that car, give it about 5 to 10 minutes to warm up, when I get in it, the vehicle is going to be warm and cozy. And not only that, but the ride will be much smoother. And I want you to equate that with a woman's body, because it's the same way. We need time for our body to get aroused. We're not as black and white like as it is with men, where you get erect, and once you're erect, you're ready to go. With the woman, we need to warm up. There's a number of things that take place that's going to make the ride smoother, warmer, wetter, and more enjoyable, especially if you are well endowed. So take your time, have lots and lots of foreplay, warm up the body. Now, the key with this, that what actually takes place when a woman is fully aroused, there's a number of different things. The body temperature rises, the nipples become erect, but the most important piece is when you take your time, you have lots of foreplay, There's lubricants that the body will actually produce on its own, making it wetter, making it moister, making it easier for you to go in. So just keep that in mind. Like when you're actually having foreplay, what's going on behind the scenes? It's giving her body time to warm up. It's giving the body time to become moist. It's giving the body time to produce the lubricants that's needed to make it a more smoother and more enjoyable ride. Now, another thing that takes place when her body is fully aroused is that the vaginal canal expands. So, as I told you before, the average vaginal canal is 3 to 6 inches. But what actually happens when a woman is aroused, the vaginal canal actually expands, making more room for a well endowed penis to go in there, as opposed to trying to cram something in this tight, small place. So take time, do lots of foreplay, give the body time to warm up. Now, another big thing is that once the vaginal canal actually expands, and it becomes elongated, the cervix actually move up and out of the way, thus creating more space for a well-endowed penis to actually enter in. So take your time, have lots of foreplay, and plus it's a win-win. It builds that intimacy, it builds the connection. Have lots of foreplay and just enjoy it. You can do things like oral sex, you can kiss, you can work on different erogenous zones. There's a number of different things that you can do to actually have foreplay. And another big one is that our main sexual organ is the brain. So stimulate that way before it's time so that her body can already be prepared and actually getting aroused for the moment. Now, step number 2 is kind of in conjunction with foreplay. Take your time. Slow down. That's it. Slow down. Take your time. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's meant to last long. And just know that the laster it longs, the more pleasure that you two both get to experience. So slow down. You don't have to rush into it. Give the body time to warm up. Now, another thing with slowing down is that on average, studies have shown that it takes a woman about 13 to 40 minutes to actually reach orgasm, right? But if you have that foreplay in there and you're slowing down and you're not rushing, then what it actually does is prepare the woman to actually increase the odds of having an orgasm, of actually climaxing, and especially climaxing from penetration. On average for men, it takes about 5 to 7 minutes for them to reach climax, to actually ejaculate. So if you have lots of foreplay, if you slow down, then you're increasing the odds of providing pleasure and allowing her to actually reach a climax with you, reach an orgasm with you. So slow down, take your time. Another reason why you want to slow down, because if you are cramming this big thing into this small amount of space, what can actually happen if you're rushing? You can cause tears, which is excruciating pain. So please just slow down. Take your time and just know that when you ease into it, it's giving the body time to adjust and to actually accept and receive you. But if you rush it, then it causes for a harder time. But if you take your time, of course, it's easier and it's more pleasure for all. Give the body that time that it needs to warm up, to get aroused, and to actually receive all that you have to offer. Another big thing with doing that is you give the body time to actually receive you, which builds anticipation. And anticipation actually makes the body crave for you more. So build the anticipation. You put it in just a little bit, come back out. Make her body yearn and crave for you, so that way it can receive you more and you can go deeper and you can go further. So definitely take your time and slow down to maximize the experience for all. We don't want tears, we don't want to cause excruciating pain, and that's why I say having a bigger size can be a gift and a curse at the same time, especially if you don't know what you're doing with it, because you can cause some damage, you can move some furniture around. We don't want that. We want to keep everything nice and intact. So when you slow down, you give the body time to adjust, time to receive it, then it makes space to actually make it a more pleasurable experience for all. Now, the third thing is to learn what positions work for you two. Learn what positions work for you and your partner. Try to avoid the positions that causes deep penetration, such as doggy style. That's one where you can go deep. There's another one where at the incline it causes you to go deeper, and you want to avoid situations like that. You want to avoid positions like that. It's all about working the angles, finding what angles work. Now, ladies, let me tell you a few things. You have the ability to control the situation. Don't just lay there and be in pain. Vocalize and communicate. If he's hurting you, let him know. And not only that, but with the positions that I'm naming, some of the positions you can actually utilize your thighs to kind of like create that space and push him away where he can't go as deep. It kind of like you kind of block him from going so far in. Another one is using your hands. That's a big one as well. You can use your hands up against his thighs depending upon what position you're in, so that way he cannot go as far and as deep. But it's very important for you to communicate if it is hurting. Don't just sit there and endure pain. Sometimes just a quick switch of the hips or raising a leg or whatever can actually do the job and position you to where you can receive more and it's not as painful. So some positions that you can actually be in that's not as painful is missionary. And missionary is a good one, especially if the legs are up or however you have your legs, but it also allowed him to go in, but you can utilize your hands as well as your thighs to actually slow him down a bit and create that space where he's not going as deep. And it actually creates that space where you can work it, as I mentioned before. Just shifting a little bit can make a world of difference when it comes down to working with the well-endowed penis. So other positions that you can actually utilize, if he is well endowed and it's painful, you can do side by side where you're face to face or where he's behind. You can even do like a scissor type deal where he can go, but you can still allow your thighs to create that space to keep him from going as deep. And again, communicate what it is that you need. Another big one is riding. Cowgirl. You get up there and you control the depth. As long as he's not trying to move or do anything from the bottom, like you can control how deep and how much penetration you actually receive in that position because you're the one in control on top. Another one that I love is the reverse cowgirl. That's like a magic position. So, and it's just riding him backwards, but again, you get to control the depth and how far down you go, so that way you're not causing yourself a lot of pain. Another position is standing positions. Another big one as well that I forgot to mention is laying on your stomach. Now with this one, if you're laying flat on your stomach and he's coming in from behind, it actually, especially if you have a nice size butt, it creates that space and the friction that's needed. But if you want to feel more, all you gotta do is just toot your butt up a little bit. And if you want him to go deeper, then you just raise higher and higher. And that's kind of like going into doggy style, but without you being on all fours or without you really creating a deep arch in your back. So I hope that makes sense. But again, that one is laying flat with him going in from behind. And especially if you got a nice round butt, that will create that space that's needed so that he's not going as far, but at the same time with that space, and if you do have a nice size rump, he's still receiving the friction and the sensations on his penis as well. So I hope all of this helped. One bonus that I wanted to share as well for the ladies: make sure you do your Kegels, because if you're working with someone who's well endowed, of course those tissues, those muscles can get stretched out. So make sure that you are doing your Kegel exercises on a regular. Keep it nice and tight. You don't want to be loose, so make sure you do that. That's all I have for you today. I hope you guys have found some type of something that you can walk away with and actually apply within your love life. If you found some value, don't forget to share it. Make sure you smash that like button, as well as comment below. And don't forget to subscribe, because I will be here every Friday with a new video for you guys. So I'm sending you all so much love. Hope you all have an amazing time. Deuces.